Mississippi and West Virginia, 1 in 3 children here in the Buckeye State are considered obese, and our great state of Ohio ranks 37th out of 50 in a list where nobody wants to be number one. Two advocates for physical fitness join us now on Ohio Sports Magazine. Please welcome Ohio Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel and U.S. Senator Jon Husted. Glad to have both of you with us today.
I feel more fit just sitting in the senator's seat here in the lieutenant governor's office. I feel younger. I feel a little bit more like him now. So,
Senator, you better make sure your wallet's in your pocket, okay?
The lieutenant governor and the coach is providing some great leadership for Ohio youth and trying to get them fit. And I'm glad he's on the job.
Well, let's talk about that. And either one of you can answer first, but I want to hear from both of you. Why is physical fitness so important for our children here in the Buckeye State?
Well, I think that when you have a healthy body, a healthy mind, and a healthy spirit, they all kind of go together. I think any one of us, we always think, hey, we're going to go work out, but don't we always feel so much better? Don't we feel better physically, mentally, and when we do that? And developing those healthy habits for children early on is so important, because then they have that foundation. They understand, running and maybe some weight training and stretching and other things that serve as the foundation, not only to keep them healthy when they're young, but also to fall back on as they get older. And it's tougher to stay in shape, and they can draw on those experiences to keep themselves healthy for life.
And that's exactly, Jay, what we're talking about as we go around the state. We've got about 174,000 kids that have opted into our fitness challenge. The governor and former lieutenant governor had about 40 some Healthy Ohio initiatives that they've created in the last 7 years. And this is just an additional one. This is one more on that stack. And as we're out there talking to the kids, grades 4 through 8, we decided that the sweet spot that we want to have a pilot with is grades 4 through 8. And we said those exact things that Jon just said, is that, hey, you're going to feel better. Take this challenge. You're going to feel better. And oh, by the way, you're going to be a better student. And oh, by the way, you're going to be a better friend. And you're going to be a better sibling. And we want you to create these healthy habits. And I think the other important component that, as I listened to our staff that put this together, was we want to find kids where they are. If they're in a wheelchair, we got to figure out things there. If there's an adapted situation, if they haven't been very active, we have to make sure that they can set goals to become more active. If they've been very active, we want to challenge them. And so we have a bronze level, we have a silver medal level, we have a gold medal level, and it's been fun. We actually went to 9 cities to kick it off from an excitement standpoint, but now the excitement is over and we have to start the program on Monday and see how we can keep these kids in that habit. It's going to be so important, the support we get in the buildings, from the building coordinators that have volunteered, from the health and phys ed teachers. But I'm a believer. I'm so old, Jay, that I wrote a thesis in 1977 to get my master's on the impact of physical activity on one's physical, mental, social, psychosocial development. And I happen to believe it. The better my teams felt, the better they played, the better students they were. They had, they were better citizens on campus. So I think Senator Husted hit it on the head. We got to build habits because we'll do everything better.
Do you remember when you were writing that thesis all those many years ago, what age was deemed appropriate to begin the concept of exercise? Does it start in the first 6 weeks of life? Do we wait till preschool? When do we encourage parents to get on the train?
My guess would be, and I didn't have that in my thesis, but my guess would be the sooner we can have healthy habits, getting kids outside playing, when it's safe to go out and play. I guess maybe, 4 or 5 years old, when you can let them be running around the backyard. And when we were growing up, they just let us get on a bike and and you came back when the street lights went off. But, that's not necessarily the same for everyone. But I think encouraging it as soon as you can, and getting you to the point where you feel good about feeling good.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with that. The earlier, the better. And it doesn't have to be like a formal program. It can be, I remember when I was a little kid, I used to run around the house. My parents used to count how many laps I could run around the house. And I was challenged by that. And that's what I always try to do with my kids is find something that's age appropriate for them and give them a challenge. How many times can you do this? How fast can you do this? All of those things help them learn that process of challenging themselves. And I also want to emphasize that when you can physically accomplish something, it also helps improve your self-esteem. That if you can, do this many sit-ups or do that many push-ups or run a certain distance in a certain time, and you realize that, hey, 2 weeks ago I couldn't do that, but I gave a little practice at this every day, and now I can. And it proves to them, not just physically, but psychologically, that they can do things that maybe they didn't think they were capable of doing. And that helps build that strength of character also that will lead them to be successful in many aspects of life.
We'll take a quick break and then continue our conversation with the Lieutenant Governor and the Senator after these messages on the Ohio News Network.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the Ultimate OSU Football Insiders. It's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tidy whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Oven-baked French toast, hot melty cheese, and meat, and meat, and meat. Introducing UDF's new 3-meat French toast sandwich, piled with bacon, sausage, and Canadian bacon. United Dairy Farmers, mornings made for you.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
Back with more Ohio Sports Magazine, and we continue our conversation with Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel and U.S. Senator Jon Husted. The three of us remember the president's physical fitness test from days gone by. The three of us went through it, and prior to this conversation, the lieutenant governor and I were talking a little bit about that. What happened to the old presidential physical fitness test, and is this something that perhaps should be reintroduced as legislation?
Well, the neat thing that we got as a boost with our fitness challenge was that while we were in our planning stages and we were starting to get the conversation with the schools, President Trump came out and said, hey, from a federal level, we're going to reinstitute this. And that was a big boost for us because anytime there's a conversation about what we need to do, whether it's about fitness or anything else, when the conversation is happening, it helps bring awareness. And I think like anything else, you have to evaluate what you've done in the past, learn from that, and how can we do it better in the future? And that's what we're trying to create. We've had calls from other states saying, hey, we've been reading about what you're doing, and it looks like you're hitting some things that aren't one size fits all. And so now we're going to have to see how effective we can be. But I think there's no question with these guys, whether it's Senator Husted or it's Secretary Hegseth or Secretary Kennedy, there's going to be a conversation of fitness happen.
Is that an executive order kind of a story, or is that an actual conversation for the Senate floor?
So I don't foresee this developing in terms of like a law. I see it developing as guidance coming out of the Health and Human Services cabinet. Maybe those guidelines can come from the president. But I think that Lieutenant Governor Tressel, his approach to this, I think, is on because I think sometimes when you set a standard, say, hey, you have to be able to do this. Well, not everybody physically is going to be able to live up to the same standard. It's about meeting people where they are and helping them improve from that point so that they can show and demonstrate that they can do better. And I liken it to like climbing the mountain. It's like you didn't think you could do it. You got a little higher and you say, hey, I could accomplish that. So you achieve that bronze level, and then like, I might be able to get to the silver level. And sure enough, you can do that. So it's building the confidence, helping to prove them, but really it's about developing the healthy habits and then challenging those individuals to take it as far as they want to go. There's no right way to do it. People have different skills. People have different abilities. People have different interests. It's got to be fun. It doesn't have to be just one way of doing things. If you try to, anybody who has ever raised children know that, like, you can have 3 kids and they have completely different interests. And there's one might want to be a runner, one might want to be a golfer, one might want to be a lacrosse player. Whatever interests them and will get them active and living a healthier lifestyle, encourage that.
And that's why in our program, we give them a list of choices. We say, okay, in the cardio area, here's 12 activities. Which ones appeal to you? Okay, let's set some goals in those. And so we hope in our bronze level, we get a buy-in and an enjoyment. Now at the silver level, we're going to start setting some, okay, if you're a 4th grader and you pick this activity, now here's the target for you to get that silver medal. You're going to have to be able to do this. And so execution is the key to anything, right? The world is full of great ideas. We used to always say great ideas are welcome. Execution is worshiped. And so now we're going to have to figure out how can we execute this so that people keep wanting to go higher on that mountain that John talked about.
It sounds to me like this is the coach's mentality. And I know that the senator and I in a previous conversation on this show talked about that. But in both of your current positions, would you say that you are the coach for your constituents in a way?
Well, I'll defer to the coach on this one. He's coached at the highest levels of sports, but I think that we all can be a coach and a leader of our families, of our communities, in the positions that we're in, and try to provide the game plan that others can follow. I think that's what Lieutenant Governor Tressel is doing. I think that's what we can do at the federal level. We can lead by example. We can show people what the challenges are, and so I completely agree with that mentality. I like the idea of coaching, leadership, and helping bring people along and showing the way by leading by example.
Yeah, I think there's no question that we are coaches in our own way, that our goal is to help whoever it is we're coaching, whether it's our team or our state in our case, or our country in John's case, is to help them become the best they can be, to help them, as Governor DeWine always talks about, reach their God-given potential. Their fitness and their health and their nutrition and their sleep habits will have a big part in helping one reach their potential. So we are all, everyone at home is a coach of their own family. We are absolutely coaches, and the most effective coaches can connect with their people that they're trying to serve. And that's what we're trying to figure out, is how can we best connect with these, I don't know how many 4th through 8th graders we have in the state, but we get to work with about 180,000 of them right now. How can we connect with them and help bring them along so they can reach their potential?
Lieutenant Governor, is this going to be an ongoing program?
Here's our game plan, since we're talking coach stuff, okay? We have a 90-day fitness challenge. We're obviously going to assess how we can do our part better. We're going to assess how the building coordinators and the phys ed staff and so forth, parents at home, how we can get better. We're going to have another 90-day challenge late winter, early spring. And then we're going to have another 90-day challenge next fall, with the hopes that there is such enjoyment, a palpable effect, that people are talking about it, that this can be something that the state of Ohio is going to want to always have as a part of the things that we do to try to serve our constituents. We've allowed people to not necessarily take part in learning about fitness and nutrition and sleep by taking phys ed because, well, you play lacrosse, so you don't have to take phys ed. Well, I don't know that playing lacrosse substitutes the knowledge of having that general fitness component. So we've made decisions along the way, and now we see where the results are. I don't know where we rank, John, as a country from a fitness standpoint, but it's probably not as good as we should be. And so we have to decide that this is important. And then when we decide it's important, then you invest your resources, i.e. your time, your curriculum, your hours in the day in school, whatever, so that we can turn that trajectory and have a healthier America.
Thank you both for being with us. We want to thank Ohio Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel, the Buckeye legend himself, and also Senator John Husted for being with us. And there is more Ohio Sports Magazine straight ahead on the Ohio News Network.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton. ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, you might not be big on technology, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Maybe you've gone through a divorce or a bad breakup or a relative moved out. It's been hard, and you just want to take what you want and leave the rest behind. I will help you. Retiring and want to sell your commercial properties or land. I will help you. Sellers, whether you're selling as is or selling for top dollar, you're no longer alone. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and prevent storm damage. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
With the NFL season in full swing, there's a fresh playbook for responsible gaming. As fans gear up for each week's kickoff, legal sports betting operations like DraftKings are underscoring their commitment to providing tools and resources that support responsible play. Now, these include options to manage budgets, set check-in reminders, access personalized insights into your gaming activity. Last season, the American Gaming Association projected that American adults wagered roughly $35 billion with legal sports books. As fan engagement continues to grow, so does the importance of promoting responsible gaming. Lori Kalani serves as the Chief Responsible Gaming Officer at DraftKings, where she leads the company's initiatives to promote responsible play, and she joins us now on Ohio Sports Magazine. That is a very responsible position of responsibility. Lori, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me, Jay.
This month of September is Responsible Gaming Education Month. How do we define the word responsible in that sentence?
I would say it's setting a budget and sticking to it and making sure the game is fun. We want all players and all customers to play for fun and entertainment.
Now, I set a budget for myself when I go to Las Vegas, and sometimes that's obscured. You guys have a new tool called My Budget Builder. What does it do, and how can it help players like me manage their play?
Well, My Budget Builder guides our customers through a simple step-by-step process to help them set personalized budgets across several categories.
And when we think about what that budget would be and what those categories are, what specifically does it do? Can you give me a working example?
Sure. Some people like a hard limit where they're stopped when they get to that limit. Other people prefer to be reminded or alerted when they're X dollars away from their limit. So this is really providing our players an opportunity to personalize that experience and give them those reminders or those alerts when they feel it would be best to see them or hear them.
So it's not a judgment call as much as it is kind of like an alarm that wakes you up when you have to go to work. It doesn't tell you it's time to go to work. Rather, it tells you it's time.
Yeah, depending on how somebody sets that up, that's exactly right. We're really trying to make our tools as personalized as possible. So, for example, we have My Stat Sheet, and that provides our customers personalized insights into their gaming behavior, and that's personal for everybody. So that can be viewed with respect to the time you've spent on the app. You can look at the time that you can look at the money that you've spent, net wins and losses, the amount of contests you've entered, the total wagers that you've placed. So again, it's about personalizing the information and helping our customers make informed decisions about the way they want to play.
Now, prop betting is getting a lot of attention right now. How does that factor into the conversation?
Well, I think it's certainly another form of placing a bet, but again, we want our customers, regardless of whether they're making a parlay, a prop bet, we want them to set those budgets and stick to them and not chase losses and really step away so they can stay in control and continue to have fun. So
if somebody's new or returning to online sports betting this NFL season, what is your advice for people for them? Because this is something that you can literally get lost in. It can be a bottomless pit.
Well, I would say that sports betting is another form of entertainment. Watching the game, placing bets on the game, it's all entertainment. And so we want our customers to have fun and really stay in control. So familiarizing yourself with the tools that are available, whether it's on the DraftKings app, we hope it'll be on the DraftKings app, but whether it's on our app or one of our competitors' apps, all of the operators in the legal market have tools available for consumers to use. And so my advice is just familiarize yourself with them before you go to place that first bet, so that you're comfortable knowing that you're only going to spend what you set out to spend during this season. That will definitely keep it more fun.
Lori, when you look into your...
we say it's more fun when it's for fun.
Well, that's exactly right. It's also more fun when you win. So, Lori, if you look into your crystal ball, what's the future of sports betting going to be like?
I think it's going going to continue to be exciting. Technology is going to make it even more fun and more personalized for people. But from my perspective, my vision is that DraftKings continues to be a platform where sports fans can really deepen their connection to the games that they love. And at DraftKings, I have a great team. We're more than 50 people on the responsible gaming team, and we will continue to invest in the team and the resources and the tools to keep the game fun and in control for our players.
Is there any connection with a Gamblers Anonymous or some type of association so that people can identify when perhaps they might have a problem?
So on our Responsible Gaming Center, we have resources. We, in addition to, of course, allowing people or providing tools for people to cool off or even self-exclude if they feel that they need to block themselves from the app. And on our center, there's also resources for 1-800-GAMBLER and other organizations that can help people who feel that they need help.
So what's that website?
So our Responsible Gaming Center is rg.draftkings.com, and of course if somebody's on our app, they can just go to the top right-hand corner of the app and there's a little RG button, and that's just one click to get there. And then on the RG Center there's a tab for resources for people who need support.
As we look at week 2 of the NFL, we want to thank Lori Kalani for being with us, and there is more Ohio Sports Magazine on deck on the Ohio News Network.
T-Bone and Tyvis are part of a balanced breakfast. Wake up with two dopes talking about football, and one of them laughs uncomfortably loud. T-Bone and Tyvis.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Weekday mornings at 6 on The Fan.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! This is what the Buckeyes train so hard for.
Just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change, their techs train like pros to deliver expert service every time.
Wait, are we talking about football or oil changes?
Both. Whether it's the Buckeyes on the field or your car in the bay, it's all about preparation and precision.
Can't argue with that.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit VIOC.com/Buckeyes today.
At Kroger Pharmacy, we make it easy to get flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines. They're available at no cost to you with most insurance plans, no appointment needed. And we're open weekdays, weeknights, and weekends. So come and visit us when it's most convenient for you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Vaccines subject to availability. No cost to you with most insurance plans. Check with your plan for eligibility. Restrictions and exclusions may apply. See site for details.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, lease 2 Elantras for $222. That's right, lease 2 new 2025 Elantra SEs for just $222 a month for a 2-year lease. Both your new Elantras come with owner assurance and America's Best Warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. In Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.99 down per unit plus taxes and fees. First month payment, 10K miles per year, ends 9/30.
Oven-baked French toast. Hot, melty cheese. And meat. And meat. And meat. Introducing UDF's new 3-meat French toast stackwich. Sweet and savory cinnamon swirl French toast piled with thick cut bacon, natural pork sausage, and smoky Canadian bacon. It's the newest flavor in our lineup of breakfast sandwiches. All stacked fresh, all served hot, and all made in store to make your morning. The new 3-meat French toast Stackwich from UDF. Mornings made for you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan. A clear morning with temperatures in the mid-60s. By the afternoon, mostly sunny. Highs reaching the upper 80s for a hot Sunday afternoon. Heading into Monday, mostly sunny. Once again, hot with highs in the upper 80s. And the upper 80s continue again on Tuesday, but with a partly cloudy sky. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan. This is ONN.
We're already into week 3 of the college football season and past the midpoint of the month of September. Teams all over the country are still trying to establish an identity for themselves. Hard to do without your head coach. That's what Michigan's going to be dealing with for their week 3 game against Central Michigan and their week 4 game next Saturday at currently unbeaten Nebraska. Sharon Moore serving a 2-game suspension for his role in the Connor Stallion sign-stealing scandal. The games were selected and self-imposed by the university. The Wolverines are coming off a 24-13 loss at Oklahoma in week 2. Michigan's true freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood was just 9 of 24 passing for 124 yards and 0 touchdowns. This came after signing an NIL deal worth reportedly more than $10 million. Many Michigan fans are wondering if Moore is the right coach for the 5-star phenom. Paul Feinbaum covers college football for ESPN. He joined Bo Bishop on ONN affiliate WBNS FM in Columbus earlier this week. Paul says it will be Moore who has to answer to Michigan's big money donors if Underwood can't develop.
It's a new reality. Ultimately, that's what Michigan got, and I think they have a very serious problem there with all of the outside noise and with Sharon Moore.
I looked at the AP poll this week. I see 9 SEC teams ranked. To me, it seems like too many. I think a couple of them have been wildly disappointing. I'll start with South Carolina, which just hasn't looked right yet, and I really like Sellers, but it just hasn't. Which teams of those 9 do you think are being overvalued early on this season?
Well, I think you mentioned that one. I mean, there's just a lot of confusion, especially like Alabama. Mm-hmm. How does Alabama move up after beating Louisiana Monroe? And I don't want to come down on the polls because people use them. I was asked by Stephen A. Smith on Tuesday, hey, you got 3 Big Ten teams in the top 5. Is that the end of the SEC? I'm like, going, what does that have to do with anything? but that's what. But those are barometers, though, that we use. So they're out there, and we're going to continue to use them for the time being.
When people say that they don't matter, and there's a lot of noise this week about the AP voter out in Southern California who had USF off the ballot. I've been an AP voter. I'm sure you have in the past, too. That vote has to be in, I think, by like 9 a.m. Sunday, and there were many times when I'd wake up panicking covering a Florida State game at midnight or an 8 o'clock game and then wake up at like 7 in the morning going, oh, my God, I got to get an AP poll in before this becomes official. And I think if she just comes out and says, hey, I forgot, I think it goes away in a second, don't you?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to call myself out here. I was on the show on Monday, and Bo, I did not realize UCLA had lost again. I mean, I'm just like, first of all, why would I care, number one? Right. I'm getting up on Sunday morning early doing Sports Center, and I'm talking about the big game of the day. I'm not talking about the trash. So you just kind of, at some point, you miss things. And if I'm an AP voter, I would need to know that. If I'm a tree topper like I am, it's not quite as important. I mean, I know what Ohio State did. I know what Michigan did. I know what Nico's doing out in the desert late on a Saturday night, early Sunday morning for me is of very little consequence.
It's a bit of a cautionary tale, the Nico thing. Be careful what you ask for. You think of the atmosphere that's going to be in Knoxville this week with Georgia coming to town and Aguilar coaching them. They've looked good through 2 weeks, haven't played a whole lot of tests, but nevertheless, get a big one, and you get this Saturday. Meantime, he's going to be playing in a closet this season.
Yeah, he is, and you mentioned it. I mean, Tennessee folks are feeling great about Aguilar, and if they beat Georgia on Saturday afternoon, they're going to feel even better. And they really look at that game as their best opportunity. They have not won in that series since 2016, so you can imagine the level of excitement going on there. But the Nico story is almost dead now for Tennessee. I mean, when you start 0-2 and when you can't win against Vegas, and that was one of the arguments I heard a lot of people making this week about the Big Ten SEC. And I understand the optimism of the Big Ten people. And why not? I mean, you won 2 titles in a row, but Mississippi State, which was the bottom of the SEC, beat a playoff team in Arizona State. Yep. Well, UCLA is continuing, to try to get his coach fired. So Ultimately, those things don't really matter. I think we should measure the two leagues by what the top teams are doing, not the bottom teams are doing.
Tennessee, Georgia this weekend. Kirby's team, a little bit slow starting from 30,000 feet, it appears to me. What have you made out of Kirby's team early on this season?
Very underwhelming, and I think their fears are starting to come to realization that Gunnar Stockton is a very pedestrian quarterback. You can only take that he's beloved by his teammates so far. That does not matter in at Neyland Stadium in front of 109,000 on Saturday. There's also the other side of that, Bo, where Tennessee fans a year ago they should have won that game in Athens. Georgia was coming in after getting their heads bashed in by Ole Miss the previous week, and it just so happened that Carson Beck played extremely well after being down 10-0. That's an interesting game. The other interesting game, and there's a couple of interesting games. Obviously, Texas A&M at Notre Dame. We'll find out if Marcus Freeman's going to return to the playoffs. But the game that I'm watching probably NLB at will be Florida at LSU. And you feel pretty good about LSU right now. They've had some injuries, but the clock is ticking so loudly for Billy Napier after losing to USF.
We'll be back with more Ohio Sports Magazine next on the Ohio News Network.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron, you know how we say eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians? Yeah? So, that makes for a lousy acronym. PHVAC. Doesn't work. Okay, but... So what if we change it to plumbing, heating, AC, and electrical? PHACE. Face. With a PH.
Get Eco.
No one is going to remember face with a PH. Call Eco today and ask for a face man with a PH. No one is going to ask for a face man with a PH. Sure they will.
Get Eco.
Besides, we spent thousands of dollars saying plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. You can't just change it to face man with a PH. It could be big, Aaron. I don't think so. Would you rather I go back to inventing random household items and stop messing with your catchphrase? Yes, please.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians, not face men. With a PH.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A., member FDIC.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com and switch today.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
Dormar!
Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in his tighty-whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. This is ONN.
It's been a little bit of a struggle for the Cincinnati Reds here as they head towards the end of the season. Joined now by Jeff Carr of the Locked On Reds podcast. And Jeff, what are the reasons for those struggles here recently in your mind?
Well, this team was built on what Elly De La Cruz can do for them, and what he has done here recently has not been much. He's really been in a bad way, slumping not only in the power department, but also in the on-base and average department, which had still been pretty good even through the month of July, where we only saw one home run. We haven't seen a home run since that day, and he's really fallen off quite a bit. I know he has had a very hardened pursuit to play every single day and play 162 games. But I kind of feel like he missed the message that Joey Votto had a couple of years ago when he said, I feel like I transformed my career when I realized I needed to take an off day. And while Elly is still super young and he's not at any point in his career where he should be considering taking gratuitous off days, I think that there's definitely a case to be made that he should have had at least one in the last month or so. And I think as he has struggled, so has the rest of this team, because they weren't built to make up for the loss of their superstar.
Jeff, with that, the Reds called up Sal Stewart when the calendar turned to September, and he has not been playing every day. With Sal Stewart here, are you kind of surprised that maybe we haven't seen him at second base and Matt McLain move over to shortstop for a game or two?
Absolutely. I think that's even if you want to just DH Elly, that's a great strategy. And even if you just want to DH Sal Stewart, I know that in the first game in San Diego, you had Gavin Lux starting at the DH spot and Sal Stewart on the bench. Gavin Lux in his career as a Dodger, he played the Padres quite a bit, is 4 for 48 at Petco Park. So there's something about that place that seems to have a hold on him, and he went 0 for 4 in the first game against the Padres for that game. So you kind of think, all right, I get the whole lefty-righty matchup thing, but I want to see what Sal Stewart's got, because if the Reds can figure something out with him, if they can find that point where they feel like they can trust him at a position, that's going to drastically decrease the drama that they will need this offseason. And Sal Stewart could provide that. We just got to see it, and you're not going to see it with him sitting on the bench.
It seemed like one of the strengths early in the year with this team was the bullpen, but the bullpen has really let them down recently. Is there a reason why the bullpen has struggled?
Fatigue. They were not deep enough when it came to their absolute nail down relief pitchers. They had Pagan, they had Santillan. You could maybe argue that Scott Barlow has definitely been that guy at times this year. But outside of those guys, nobody else stepped up. Graham Ashcraft was very much a roll of the dice, and we saw Sam Maul completely fall off the face of the earth this year. I mean, he was a guy these last couple of years that was a very reliable relief pitcher for them, but he has been anything but this year, and that's why he's been in AAA for the last couple of weeks, because they just can't count on him anymore. And then we saw the disadvantage of that in that Brent Suter being the only lefty in the bullpen. They had to use him as a situational lefty at the beginning of the series in San Diego. So there's so much about this bullpen that it wasn't deep enough to begin the year. And as good as guys like Pagan and Santillan have been, there's just a point where you pitch too much. And I think that some of those guys, especially Scott Barlow, have kind of hit those points. And so even the most reliable parts of the bullpen have really, fallen away.
If the Reds end up missing out on the postseason, and right now it looks like they will, what do you think the fan reaction is going to be?
A lot of frustration. And we're seeing it now. There's there's all sorts of different calls to action that the fan base is coming up with. Different people are saying that they're done with Terry Francona. Different people saying that they're done with Elly De La Cruz. This, that, and the other, different things. But I think that ultimately it just falls on the roster construction and the fact that the Reds were betting on the team taking a step forward. And collectively, you see where they put their chips in the basket of different guys that hadn't proved it, or guys who really needed to bounce back, like an Austin Hayes or something like that. I mean, the telling thing for me here recently, Ryan, is the fact that we had Christian Encarnacion Strand bobblehead night Saturday against the Mets, and Christian Encarnacion Strand was in Louisville for that. I think that the Reds really were betting on him to be their cleanup hitter. And he's definitely shown over the course of the year that that's not the case. So there's so many different gambles that Nick Krall made coming into this season that just did not work out. And they've got to be honest with themselves as they head into this offseason, because you got to have answers for this. Because if the window isn't open now, when will it ever be?
Well, hopefully they'll get some of those answers in the final 3 weeks of the season here, and hopefully they make a little push towards that playoff spot. Jeff Carr of the Locked On Reds podcast, thank you so much for your time.
Ryan, appreciate you. Go Reds.
More of the Ohio Sports Magazine next on the Ohio News Network.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, you might not be big on technology, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Maybe you've gone through a divorce or a bad breakup, or a relative moved out. It's been hard, and you just want to take what you want and leave the rest behind. I will help you. Retiring and want to sell your commercial properties or land. I will help you. Sellers, whether you're selling as is or selling for top dollar, you're no longer alone. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and prevent storm damage. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
Now, let's get some highlights from the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Here's producer Colin Behringer to set the scene.
Thanks, Jay. This week on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, Mary Kay Cabot joins the show to discuss
her positive outlook on rookie tight end for the Browns, Harold Fannin Jr.
He's definitely their tight end of the future. They love Harold Fannin. He will be, at some point down the road, their replacement for David Njoku. Right now, they're playing a lot of 2 tight end sets, so it will be Harold and David on the field most of the time. At least that's how they're going to start the season. And they think the world of him. And I think the sky is the limit for him in terms of the things that they're going to have him doing. He's going to get a lot of touches. He's going to get a lot of targets. And as you mentioned, you saw him take the direct snap. I think you'll see more of that kind of stuff with Harold because he is so versatile and can do so many things. So I think that he's going to have an excellent season. And who knows, depending on how this all goes, he could even challenge for a Pro Bowl this year in his first year. It won't be easy because there are a lot of good tight ends in the NFL, but I think he's going to get a lot of run this year and a lot of attention.
To catch the full breakdown, just search the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show on YouTube, subscribe to their page, and enjoy daily content covering all things Cleveland sports. We'll be back to wrap up this week's Ohio Sports Magazine when we continue on the Ohio News Network.
Friday night can only mean one thing. The Capital Ford High School Football Game of the Week.
This week, Delaware at Westerville North.
Live coverage starts at 6:30 with a kick at 7. Your home of Friday Night Lights. The Fan.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
At Kroger Pharmacy, we make it easy to get flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines. They're available at no cost to you with most insurance plans. No appointment needed. And we're open weekdays, weeknights, and weekends. So come and visit us when it's most convenient for you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Vaccines subject to availability. No cost to you with most insurance plans. Check with your plan for eligibility. Restrictions and exclusions may apply. See site for details.
I have a buddy who's going to be popping the question soon. He's planning everything out. He asked me, can you help me out with the ring? I said, of course I can. I've got a guy, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Now you talk, Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace. I'm your guy.
Go in, see my friends at Worthington Jewelers, tell them I sent you, and you'll get the true VIP experience.
I'll treat them better than I treat you.
That's not hard. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged. And tell them Common Man sent you.
For years, you've been hearing us talk about the Newman Roofing difference, delivering nothing short of an excellent customer experience each and every single time, from the first phone call to the end of your project. But don't take our word for it. Take a listen to our friend John and his Newman Roofing experience.
Well, the first thing that drew me to Newman Roofing is the extraordinary Google score of 5.0. That was the first indication to me that this was going to be a good experience. Overall, the experience with Newman Roofing was wonderful. When I came home, the job was completely finished. The crew had cleaned up and left. I wouldn't have known that they were there.
What star rating would you give Newman Roofing on Google?
I would, without hesitation, award Newman Roofing a 5-star rating on Google.
Any advice for those looking for a new roof, John?
Once you have contact with Newman Roofing, you'll understand why everybody's giving them a 5-point rating.
Do what John did and schedule your free roof or siding consultation with Newman Roofing. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online today at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
The football season now stretches from August to late January, and we can't afford not to be at our very best all season. Hey guys, it's Eric Reeser, and if you're like me, looking at the calendar wondering how you're going to stay at 100% for the next 5 months, do what I did. Go see my friends at Hydrate Me Med Spa. I went to their Grandview location, got hooked up with a fast vitamin push that's got me feeling better than I have in years, and the NAD Plus has me thinking better too. From IV to aesthetic treatments, look great, feel great at Hydrate Me Med Spa. 4 locations, Grandview, Granville, New Albany, and Dublin. Book your appointment at hydratememedspa.com.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
I want to thank Lori Kalani, Senator John Husted, and Lieutenant Governor Jim Trussell for being guests on this week's show. Thanks to all of our Locked On podcast contributors this week as well. For Colin Behringer, Eric Reeser, and Ryan Baker, I'm Jay Fox. Thanks for listening to Ohio Sports Magazine, and join us next week right here on the Ohio News Network.